Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here, we're live, and we're definitely loud enough. It is the final weekend of a lot of seasons, and we are here for the Sorare Deadline Show. I am Quinny 3001, as you probably know, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-pilot that you'll definitely know, Harry Trades. Harry, good to see you, my man.
Good to see you, mate. Really, yeah. Just it's weird. This season has just fucking flown. I can't believe we're saying it's the last couple of games for the majority of Europe. It's just weird. It's been a massive blur. It really has. I mean, it's been great, but yeah, doing these every Friday, I don't know. It just flies. It's just really strange, but I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it has totally flown in. You know, the Premier League, especially the English Premier League, it's kind of snuck up on me that this is the last weekend because, like Spain and one or two others, they're not quite there themselves. And normally, you think top 5 leagues are all kind of like lined up. You know,
yeah,
not quite the case. So we've got a bumper show today. It's the final game of the Premier League. There's still some stuff to get ironed out. It's the final game as well in Scotland. We already know who the champions are. Of course, it's coming back to paradise again. And yeah, we've got tons of other stuff to get into. Normally, we do kick the show off, Harry Boy, with a little bit of Mr. Midweek, but I think it's a bit of Master Midweek here at FC Barcelona. And we absolutely kicked ass and took names this midweek. So I'll be back live if you're watching this live or later on. I'll be back live later tonight for what will be a rapid fire trophy night. Because I've got some plans tonight with Mrs. Quinn. She'll be coming to the studio with me to get some reward boxes opened and all that fun stuff. See all the power ups that'll be coming out. But we managed to catch it. I'll just jump into this, Harry. You've got a bit of Mr. Midweek as well. Fist bumps on arrival to everyone in the chat. And make sure, guys, if you don't know this already, let me clue you up. Because there's a few new people in town. So they own and control the internet. They know if you come to the show, they love the content from me and Harry. And if they see you here not supporting it, they don't really like that, you know. So your guys will DNP. All your reward boxes will have power-ups in them. You'll never get a card. So support the content, hit the like button, help yourself out, get your luck up as well. And yeah, a bit of Mr. Midweek for me, certainly. There'll be a massive, massive trophy day tonight. But it kind of starts off on a sour note. I had fucking Jan Kuto DNP on me again. And I was excited for the weekend, but now my top super rare team is relegated out of Division 1. So it kind of takes a wee bit of the wind out the sails there. And by the way, bit of a shout out to any of the people that come at the content here for scouting and all that good stuff, by the way. But I'm telling you, John Pacheco is the real deal. The man is kicking ass and taking names. And he dropped a big 77-pointer, which was good fun for me last night. I didn't really win anything, but it's great to see from that. But it was all about the hoops. We've got 2 podiums. We're sitting 3rd in season with super rare scales as the captain, Dyson, Forrest, and Hatate. I think those 3 in Celtic cards, Harry, the Forrest cost me £1. The Maeda cost me £23. And I'm going to say the Hatate was like 40 or something like that. Okay. So I think this one little victory, the Walcotts, I got 3 of them for 70. So this one little victory probably washes its face quite nicely, which is awesome. We've got the alt squad here. They finished 11th in Classic D1, so we'll get a nice wee tier 2 in a couple of boxes. And then the first team, it's good how I've named my teams, isn't it? The first team finished 3rd in Division 1. Double defender coming in clutch there with Captain O'Reilly. And then I've got Harry. So the in-season team was D2. Promoted, of course, finishing 3rd. And then my 3rd classic team was D2, and now it's promoted because it's finished 33rd. It's got a tier 4 and some boxes. We're not as excited about that. It's another case of get your Walcotts out, but with the 84-pointer he dropped against Motherwell this week. So I'm going to have 4 D1 rare Celtic teams this weekend. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Good timing, mate. Really good timing.
Yeah. So, we're doing victory laps at FC Barcelona and we're cooking. But Harry Boy, I took a big page out of your book because it's midweek under 23s for me, baby. We've managed to pick up a wee cheeky tier 3, which in old money is a tier 2, which I don't mind. I'm quite happy with that. Taki Kubo dropping a 92. Josko continuing to show everyone what a man mountain he is. And then the other guys didn't really do much. But, but we managed to break the top 60 and get a decent card, which is all fun and games. And I've still got a card running, guys. I don't know if I'll be able to sneak into the tier 5s at All-Star, but we've got Heber in China. Maybe he could, if he smashes 100, I think maybe we could sneak into something. And I don't think, I was going to say I don't think anywhere else, but we do. I was on for a triple podium. It was going to be a triple 3. We were going to be 3 was the magic number, but we've slid into 6th at the last minute. And 6th is the last position for a decent card in this division for me. It's a tier 3. We were 5th. when we were chatting earlier. Blooming Pranksy in second, wouldn't you know it? But if we lose another, 7 points is a good enough cushion. Yes, I don't think Opto screws at the last, but dropping from tier 3 to 4 is a big drop in quality of card potentially. 220 doesn't pay out the best cards anyway, so you really do want to have the higher tier, because the luck of the lower tier, I don't think you really get that in the 220. But I do love this team. Captain Forrest, Tierney's in there. The Wallacott for the cheap cap was in there as well. So bunch of success for FC Barcelona. Lots of promotions, lots of cards getting picked up as well. I'm just trying to see if anything else went our way that I've forgotten about. So yeah, make sure you join us later tonight for that. But Harry boy, you were out kicking ass and taking names as well midweek.
Yeah, I got a few in-season bits that came off, which was nice. This was probably my most prioritized lineup, which came through, semi in the way that I expected it to. Maybe, a Magnus Mattsson decisive wouldn't have gone amiss. I think he had like 7 attempted assists, and 7, 2 shots on target, 7 attempted assists. But yeah, some incredible AA for a forward card, and then Brady being. Well, Chicago, honestly, being the letdown, to be honest. Ashley Westwood, just too much quality in the MLS right now from dead ball situations. I think he's got a couple of free kicks. And yeah, unfortunately, I fell victim to one of them. But now we'll take it. I was only 8 points off, like doubling the ETH here, which was bitterly disappointing. I think a couple of yellow cards in here as well. Araujo had a yellow. I think he's suspended for this weekend. And Mattsson the same. But no, I'll take it. For a midweek, you take that all day long. Under 23s, I was going in with a 4-man effort. Thought the field would be a little bit soft. It probably, it was if we're looking at the scores that ended up winning, even though there was lots of goalkeepers playing. But yeah, George Campbell rotated out for Montreal. Made me, just meant I didn't sneak into the prizes. Another 4-man effort that did come off in a way. It didn't win anything. 9 points away from 20 quid. Again, just couldn't get over the line. But I'll be honest, like Welbeck came off the bench. It was one of them where I really didn't prioritize it, even though it ended up scoring half decent. But yeah, J League Special Weekly. First week out of 3. Went well. Santana, like I mentioned to you off stream, missed. It's an absolute farce. He obviously missed a penalty, which you get a big chance miss for. He had another big chance miss, right, Quinny, for like an overhead kick effort that was saved. It was like 8 yards out, right? How are you giving big chances missed for an overhead? Like, yeah, it was an overhead kick. Like, what, they're not easy to score. Like, I don't know how they do the XG for that one, but like, it bounced and the keeper made a wicked save. Like, it wasn't, do you know what I mean? It was close, but yeah, it was a frustrating one to watch.
That's definitely like version 1 XG, isn't it? Where it's just position of the box.
Yeah, it's just going off where he is in the box and but he probably couldn't have shot in any other way, if that makes sense. So that has to come into account, right? Like he couldn't have really headed it, and he couldn't have really. It was just an awkward position, like he's obviously had to get up and obviously over a kick it. But anyway, that was that nice little clean sheet. This was flying. This was like Aliash Garcia, Savio, and Vinny at one point before Dunk decided to go off at halftime against Chelsea, and Velez conceded 2 yesterday. So, yeah, bit disappointing. I mean, the scores here, Quinny, 465 points for Tier 4, effectively, in Champ D1. Will Dennis DMP, goalies DMP, and me. Goalies DMP, and sorry, this midweek was just ridiculous. I did try a little Quinny effort in under 23, but not enough legs. Lamperty. And obviously Verbruggen conceding a couple against Chelsea. Close to getting, the lower threshold here if Ramos Mingo didn't decide to just fall off the face of the earth. And then, Sean Johnson. Obviously, we both maybe fell victim to that one. The 1-match disciplinary suspension, which meant that he didn't play midweek against Nashville. So, I mean, overall, it was a good midweek. Like you'll take $100, 80 quid any day of the week, wouldn't you? Before the game week. And so I'm happy. No boxes, no cards, just some ETH that can build up a little balance now, ready for the summer.
Just seen Lairs responded to a pineapple comment I made earlier. Sorry, it caught my eye. But the fist bumps to everyone on arrival. Thanks to everyone that is joining us live. And yeah, Harry, I'm definitely with you there. Anything out of a midweek is a Brucey bonus, tier 5 or cash or anything in between. Totally. And you always love it. Normally it's you. Sometimes it's Stish and a few other people that are big friends in the community. But when it all snaps in, it's sweeping a midweek is just like, yes, isn't it? Sets you up for the weekend.
Yeah, it does. It does set you up for the weekend big time, especially when we have limited weekends left as far as European football goes. So yeah, it is a nice feeling. Jay says I think it was the 1-on-1. That 1-on-1, Jay, was like 40 yards out. I can't see how that was a big chance miss. He like tackled the defender and like trying to whip the ball around the keeper, and it's hit the inside of the post and sort of didn't go in. Yeah, maybe 140 yards. I'm exaggerating there, but it was quite far out. Like it wasn't like in the box, I don't think. So
sure.
Yeah, interesting one there.
It's one we'll definitely need to watch out for. But yeah, guys, for any of you that are joining us live, there's almost 100 of you here joining us on YouTube. There's a bunch of you elsewhere on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, everywhere that you get your social media, your intel before the Sorare deadline show. And again, just for anyone that is joining us late, maybe you're new, you maybe don't know this, but Sorare own and control the internet. They know you're here right now, and they're going to send you some DNPs or give you some crappy reward boxes if you're not supporting the content from me and Harry Boy here, hitting the like button. If you've not found Harry's channel yet, it is linked in the description of this video, and you just click on his wee name, take you right over there and hit the subscribe button. It only takes 2 seconds, of course. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. But yeah, get the likes in, guys, fire them up, because we need the luck as much as you. Because this midweek, like Harry was saying there, or this weekend, I beg your pardon, it is the final day for so many clubs, for so many leagues, and it's the last time to play some cards. It's the last time to get some combos together, or shoot for the stars, or play this guy with that guy. And I know we've all got summer cards, or most, you've got different things going on, but yeah, this is the last weekend where we're in the middle of that vortex that everything is playing. That we've been enjoying since late February, I think it was, when like MLS and J&K came back in. So yeah, it's a big one, guys. Let's get absolutely stuck into it. And we always start with the matchups tab. So I don't know what the big movers and shakers were. I caught the stream with you and Laird the other day, but it has escaped my memory what was on it. Oh yeah, it has to be City, doesn't it?
Yeah, there was some big movers at the top, which I mean do have quite a lot on it, right? If we're talking Premier Leagues and doing the quadruples and all that stuff. Well, not quadruple in one season, but over the last 4 years. And yeah, City at home to West Ham is the best fixture this weekend. Marginally, 88% win percentage, just above Sporting CP. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to not see City. I know there's a lot of pressure on the game or whatever. Made easier now by there is a 2-point gap, I believe, between them and Arsenal, of course. But yeah, I really can't see how City just don't batter West Ham. Like you saw David Moyes come out and say we'd struggle against their under 14s. He ain't wrong, is he? If we're being honest, no. So it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and we've had a little evolution in City over the last couple of weeks, where normally for most of the season he's stuck with a Grealish or a Doku on one side, a bit of a pacey kind of winger. But over the last month or so, at least, we're getting that front three of Bernardo, De Bruyne, and Foden, supported by Rodri and Kovacic. So it feels like set up like this at home. Ortega Moreno is in for this one, so if you've been holding on to that handcuff, it's a good time to be using it. It does feel like, they should be absolutely rinsing West Ham here. I think this is, I did a score prediction for this game that will make your eyes water. I think City I said that a few weeks ago and it happened. I forget if it was Foden or Haaland, but a City player gets a hat-trick in this game, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, maybe even 6, Quinny.
That's what I went for.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, I mean, for one player.
I
reckon Haaland could just bag 6 here if he really wanted to. If he's on the field for 90 minutes. I don't think West Ham are going to turn up at all. And even if they did, it's just good luck. One thing I would say, though, I can't see Ake starting ahead of Diaz, to be honest. Ake's been injured, and Diaz is obviously a good player. But he played last game or whatever. I just don't really see that one changing, unless there's obviously something wrong with him.
Yeah. So guys, everyone in the live chat as well, this is where, the deadline show really comes to life, because as we know, this time of day, press conferences are happening, information is coming out across the interweb. Me and Harry are doing our best here to give us all of the latest information we can. But if you happen upon something, then of course, get it into the live chat and let it be known. If you're watching this on X or Twitter, you can just reply to the stream that we're in here. Just tag the tweet, just copy it and reply to this. And then in the show, we can pull them all up if we want to have a look at them and see the sources and a few other bits and bobs. So if you're finding anything on Twitter, you can just get the thing and put it under the show today so we can all see it together. And then if you're not on Twitter and you're watching us on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, just throw it into the live chat. We can bring it up and talk about it, put it on screen, of course. But yeah, this is the West Ham team if anyone would be interested in it. I do think, like, I agree, right? But I think West Ham get a goal in this one. I'm not sure the City clean sheet is there because I think, you know, they've got set pieces, West Ham. They're not, they obviously need to get up the pitch to get a corner, right? That's the first hurdle, right? I get that. But the likes of Paqueta and Kudus have not shied away from any fixture, you know, and they are the outlets to get up the pitch. Both of them have to be thinking shop window because if Lopetegui's coming in, like West Ham fans don't realise they're jumping out the frying pan into the fire here. You know, if they didn't like Moyes football, they're not going to enjoy Lopetegui football anymore. And that could equal, you know, maybe Paqueta could do these guys leave for big money and it funds a bit of a regeneration of the squad or whatever. So shop window for them. It's a bit of motivation for the better players in the squad, I would think. So I don't think a clean sheet happens personally.
I don't know. I'm gonna go against that a little bit and say that I reckon they do. I do keep a clean sheet. I don't see enough firepower in West Ham's team, motivation, quality. I just don't see it. Kudus is the standout. Like Paqueta, I don't think he's passed the halfway line since coming back fit. Like I haven't heard his name once in any game. But yeah, definitely Kudus has obviously got a bit of magic, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think they'll suffocate him. Like you said, tough getting over you know, into their half to get those set pieces is the first hurdle, isn't it? Yeah, I'd be very shocked if West Ham score. I really, really would in their current state. But you know, I'm prepared to be shocked, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Fair enough. Happy to be wrong on that one. We've got Sporting Lisbon playing at home to Minnow. I got the intel yesterday. I think we expect Coates is probably going to be rested for this one, but otherwise, I think there's pretty much the same kind of Sporting team we've been used to seeing. And the win percentage is massive. The goals should be pretty flowing for them as well. But the next game I would probably jump to is the Dortmund one, because although they're not on to win anything, they can't change their position in the table. It's their last game at home before a Champions League final, and it's their last game at home probably certainly for Marco Reus and maybe one or two other proper legends. So I think at home at Darmstadt, like, maybe Dortmund is the highest scoring game on that page. I know City are right up there, but here, Dortmund could slay somebody in this kind of situation.
Yeah, Dortmund, I think you'd have to mention PSV as long as they're still not in Ibiza, which they were not too long ago. Yeah, no, I do agree with you. I think Dortmund have a good chance here to send Royce off into, you know, legendary status as he obviously is already, but, you know, just a nice little send off for him. But yeah, no, anyone that played Darmstadt obviously could be in for, you know, a nice little scoreline. Yeah, I think it should be a fairy tale ending for him. I do. I think it'll be a nice little couple of decisives here and there, whatever. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think the clean sheet's probably quite likely. Don't see Darmstadt. Like, are they down or are they safe? They are.
I'm sure they're dead and buried. I'll double check it.
Sounds like they're dead, but
yeah, I can just, like, pre-Champions League final, yellow wall, last game for Royce and a few other bits. But I just cannot imagine this being like a football festival, as it were. You know, Darmstadt rock bottom on 17 points. They are conceding 82, scoring 30 in 33 games, whereas Borussia Dortmund scoring 64 in 33 games. So yeah, man, this is a contender for top scorer.
Big time. No, I completely agree with you. I think it's got to be up there. Big time. Do you want me to toggle the matchups tab to champs, or do you want to just go from All-Star?
The kind of vibe I'm in now, mate. I was just going to go to Liverpool next, by the way, because it's a similar kind of vein to what we've got going on here. Then, yeah, we can get into regions. We'll look at that kind of angle of it. But they're not connected to the title race at all in any way, shape, or form. But it is the last game at Anfield for Jurgen Klopp and maybe Salah. I don't know if that's really ironed out yet. It's probably the only ones you would mention, isn't it? Make what you will of the predicted 11 here. But at Anfield, like this, it's great weather now in Scotland. I suppose it's probably going to carry out throughout the weekend across the UK. You know, like Anfield under the sun, Harry boy. We've played there. We know how magical it is to be on that pitch in a nice sunny day. And like, I don't think this could outscore City or Dortmund, certainly, but I think this could be a very good Liverpool game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the fact there isn't anything on it as far as like positions go in the league, but it's more like the Klopp factor. In a weird world, maybe not that weird, I think Liverpool score more goals than City in a strange way. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I don't know. I just think there's just less pressure on. Well, there is just less pressure on them, and yeah, I just don't see Wolves really doing much at all. Obviously, they have got firepower. Don't get me wrong. There's some good players in their team, as we know, but I just think, yeah, I know Liverpool have, sort of lost out on the title race in the last couple of months or whatever, and it's obviously been disappointing. But I think they will end on a high as well. I think something huge here, like a 4-0 5s. Like, I think it's going to be massive. I really, really do.
Now, you told me last weekend that Wolves weren't going to score, and they did. And I think Wolves still got a goal in this one.
Who did they play? City, was it? Was it City? No.
I think it was somebody like that. But
no, they played someone decent. They didn't play anyone any good, I don't think. So I can't remember who they played.
Somebody told me Qiunny wasn't going to score, and he did. I'll go and check it.
I don't think I'm going to say it wasn't me.
Palace.
Yeah, I might have said it might have been a 0-0, or did I? No, I wouldn't have said that because Palace are scoring goals right now. Honestly, I don't think I was the culprit this time.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm a big Qiunny fan. I think it was against City because they played City not too long ago. And yeah,
fist bump to everyone. Yeah, fair play. So yeah, I just wanted to tackle those ones before we just when I seen them on screen, just for home games. There's vibes going around. Like for City, we never really touched on it just because of the title implications. But like you mentioned, like it's going for 4 in a row. That's history. Like no Premier League manager has done that, and it's the City dynasty now, isn't it? So just for that top order we've got there, it's not just really good fixtures, but there's history, there's atmosphere, there's a lot of it's a special time, regardless of it's so-and-so against so-and-so and who's fit and who's not. There's just a bit of stardust across these matches that special things could happen.
Mm-hmm. Big time. Really, really good. Where do you want to kick things off? Is it champs, challengers, or contenders?
I want to say Prem or champ. Sorry, champ.
We'll do champ. We've basically covered Prem.
I was going to say, I kind of thought all that in the one breath, sort of. Excellent. So we've spoke about kind of the top order, except for Arsenal, who are at home at Everton. Now, Arsenal are in that really funny vein now where, like, it gives me deja vu of the first time City won the league, where it is the last day. Like, Arsenal kind of don't really have much of a chance because of the City fixture, but, they've got to go into that game and just think, job done, focus on ourselves, and just, like, treat it like we're winning the title, score as well as we can, do as well as we can. And that kind of Arsenal, like, look at the team, like, they've been relatively unstoppable this year, haven't they?
Yeah, especially at home as well. They've just been so consistent, haven't they? And you can only control the controllables, can't you? So all they can do is do their job, and whatever happens in the City game, it's uncontrollable, obviously. And I still think massive SO5 scores though, regardless, especially from Havertz, Saka, Trossard. One of probably Odegaard and Rice as well. I'm not sure Partey gets there, but potentially White if he gets a nice little assist. There's definitely reasons to see massive dark greens here on SO5 scoring. Yeah,
big time. And when I was previewing this game as well, like we know, obviously I won his card earlier this season. It was the first card I bought on Sorare, and we've seen some set piece prowess from Arsenal, and that. Obviously, about Gabriel Magalhaes. When I was looking at this game, I was thinking he scores in a game like this. He's a big game player. He is a goal scoring threat from corners, and Everton will give up corners. Like that will happen. So, if you're picking a defender, sometimes the Arsenal defense can be tricky for people. I'm taking Gab Mag every day of the week over your Ben White and your Saliba for this one. I'm calling it now. Gabriel to score against this Everton team. Like, they're just going to be kicking out for corners and throw-ins all day, aren't they?
Yeah, again, I think it'd just be a suffocating sort of Arsenal, and it's just going to be really tough for Everton to really break free. They do obviously have quality in areas, and they have players who can break up play as well. So they have the recipe for it. I just don't think it happens in real life. To be honest, easy to say on paper, obviously, but I think Arsenal comfortable here.
Yeah. And it's Barca. And now we had a bit of a thing midweek, by the way, where people thought there was going to be some goalkeeper rotation. We had a source in a very credible place coming out. And sadly for Sorare Joel, it absolutely wrecked him. So I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I know you weren't the only one there because it wasn't me that reported it, I'm not a source for Real Madrid, But yeah, gutted, man. I've seen a few people that were close, but no cigar if they've got the goalkeeper right on that one. And Captain Joe tomorrow, we reckon Hearts getting to take a penalty for on one. That'll be interesting to say the least. But Barcelona are going from mad to madder, like all season long, haven't they? Xavi's staying, he's leaving, he's staying, he's leaving, he's going to stay. And now they're saying, we're sacking you, you know. So they are still fighting, by the way. Girona have lost a bit of position in the table. So Atletico Madrid and Barca and Girona are all in the mix to decide who will finish 2, 3, and 4. And there is different implications there for Champions League. Barca played last night. I forget the final score because Ferran Torres got subbed off and then I stopped paying attention.
2-0.
2-0 did it finish, yeah. And this is the projected team to be at home to Rayo. It should be a good game for them. But Yamal back in, and otherwise the team kind of picks itself at this point. Oh, and he goes in for somebody who's out. That'll be Araujo.
Yeah, Fermin played really well yesterday. I think he scored 100 on Sorare. A couple of goals. Yeah, Yamal had a really good AA game, I think. I don't think he ended up getting a DA, but yeah, I mean, Pedri started yesterday. I don't know. He played well, but they brought him off. So, maybe he does get rested. But yeah, you can't really complain with the rest of them. I don't think Cancelo played yesterday, actually. I think Hector Fort played. So, yeah, no, it's a strong team. And obviously playing against Vallecano, who obviously aren't great. So, you know. Big, what's the right winger called? Payazon?
EC, yeah.
Big EC. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it feels like a nice little Barca home fixture there. Goalkeeper stats are really high, 60 on the opposition score. Forward isn't too high, actually, which is interesting.
So Joel reckons that Cancelo was not going to play this game, but I think that's a rest situation. I didn't realise he didn't play last night, but I don't think it's for Qiunny. Qiunny's firmly the right back, and Cancelo's been firmly the left back under Xavi. So I'm missing something. I don't know. I don't think they're in competition.
No, Cancelo's played left back a lot, hasn't he, this season? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. Then we got Stuttgart,
who could still overtake Bayern Munich at the last minute.
Yeah. A couple of call-ups yesterday for the German national side. Mittelstadt and Undav and Fulrich and still, I think, with a 4 named in the provisional squad, which is great for them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if Stuttgart Gladbach doesn't have goals in it, Quinny, then no game's gonna have a goal in it, is it? Surely to God at home as well. There's quite a few decisives to go around here. Yeah,
the Stuttgart fans are definitely a ferocious bunch, to say the least. So at home in this one, they'll definitely be well in their team, because Bayern Munich are like that team that every other fan hates, if you know what I mean. So getting one over Bayern is definitely something Stuttgart haven't done that often, certainly in recent history, and that's definitely going to be good motivation. And Gladbach have not been great this year, but they do have good players in their team, undoubtedly. So yeah, has to be goals in this one, you'd think.
Yeah, got to fancy it, haven't you, a little bit?
Good one for the attackers, maybe not the defenders. We'll say. And then Leverkusen are a funny one, right? Because still undefeated in all competitions. They've won the league. They've got a final to warm up for. And they're at home to Augsburg, who were rotten at the beginning of the season, had a real big moment in the sun that put them into the top half of the table. And when I look at, honestly, I've been checking this a lot because I've got a few Leverkusen players, and I can't believe this is how he's going to start the final game of the season. No Wirtz, and I think Wirtz may have a bang or something, but no Frimpong. There's no Tapsoba. There's a few rotations here. Grimaldo, I don't get it. Why are you doing this? Do you not want to finish the season undefeated, Xavi? Come on, man.
Yeah, but does that hinge on not playing those players? I don't think it does. I think he's just giving credit to his squad, if that makes sense. I know from our perspective it's annoying, but sometimes you do have to jump out sometimes and think, okay, Nathan Teller's still a £20 million player. Things like that. They're still very good footballers. And yeah, from an SO5 perspective, obviously it's really frustrating. But I still think, I still think it probably gets the job done without, getting anyone injured that's super, super precious.
Yeah. He does love to rotate. There is definitely no surprise in that, but it's so tough to call. who's going to be playing or whatever. It's kind of a week. Boniface has just been named Rookie of the Season or Newcomer of the Season or Young Newcomer of the Season, whatever you want to think of it as. And yeah, I take the point on Taylor and whatnot as well. These guys will appear from the bench, but they've been very good with game management in that regard as well. So maybe just deprioritizing some of the heavy hitters you've got, put them into team 3, put them into 220, 270, depending on how you shake your teams out. And this is the Augsburg team. Kubek is going to be in goals for this one. Atibolu's not playing. That's interesting. Teets up front with Arne Meyer in support. This is I'm being a wee bit too much of a silly Sally. Maybe that team does clearly have enough to beat this team.
Yeah, I think it does. I just don't see Augsburg really threatening too much. They went through a nice little purple patch, didn't they, at some point in the season? But I feel like they've just kind of rolled over a little bit. Maybe injuries. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know they're not up to much. I
didn't realise that the Leverkusen game was on a Wednesday. Jesus Christ, the final.
They always do the Europa League on a weird day. I'm sure they do. Always a midweek.
Oh, good. Well, fair play, David Taylor. I thought it was a full week they had off. What the hell is this guy doing, man? Give them get the best 11 on, get the victory lap going. But fair enough, man. If it's a Wednesday turnaround, then I totally get it. Makes a lot more sense to me now.
Yeah.
I'm ready to win the D1 with my juiced up Dortmund collection. Love it, smooth boy. Love to see it, my man. Hail. Thanks for joining us on this one. But yeah, so interesting detail in there I wasn't aware of or hadn't realised yet. And then, this is a funny one, right? I've actually, as a Celtic fan, right, I'm quite close to this situation at Tottenham on a few different levels, right? Obviously, Ange being in situ and all the repercussions of wanting to lose to City to make sure Arsenal don't win the league and all the rest of it. I don't know if any of you have seen this, right? Maybe some of you have, right? I've seen this because it gets shared on a Celtic account. But the fans, the fan supporters or the group or whatever at Tottenham, let me get their name. The Supporters Trust, where do you see this? They want to sit down with Ange and have a meeting with him and explain to him the rivalry and why it's so important to them. That's what they want to do. What are they smoking in North London where they think the ex-Celtic manager needs an explanation on derbies and rivalry and all the rest of it? This just blew my mind this morning when I read this. I was like, what?
That's super weird, isn't it?
Yeah, mad weird. What are you even going to say to him? Listen, it's all right to lose against Arsenal because of something. I'd love to hear this. I'd love this meeting to be recorded. And I'd love to see what if it happens. I don't know if they will entertain it, to be honest with you, but it sounds like nonsense. But they're going. Are they at home? They're away. They're away to Sheffield this weekend, who are dead and buried in the league. And if you've seen how furious Ange was with the fans and stuff like that, he was giving it back to somebody behind the dugout who was telling him to throw the match and all the rest of it. And apparently as well, somebody in the training ground joked about playing the reserves or something. I don't think he was too chuffed about that. But going away to Sheffield, if I know Ange, he's going to be getting those players fired up for this one. We show them that we're not Arsenal's shadow, or we show them that we're not Arsenal's lesser than. We're our own team, and we're going to go out and put on a big result, put on a big performance. Now, the out list is massive, but the starting 11 is still definitely good enough to score 2 or 3 goals against a Sheffield United team.
It is, yeah. I don't know how accurate the Kulu shout is, if I'm being honest. I mean, maybe it is actually. Looking at another source here, yeah, fair enough. Kulu is in, but he's dropped off the face of the earth recently. So I really feel like Son needs to get a couple of goals to just sort of see him through the summer, because he's had a tough time of late, I would say, and I know it's away, but it still feels like a day where Tottenham probably really romp all over. Sheffield here, obviously down. Even though the games I've watched them play since relegation, they've actually been okay. I don't know if it'll be enough for, enough for to beat Tottenham, but it's definitely enough to outscore Sheffield. Surely to God. I
would agree with Pochball. I thought Kulu looked all right when he came off the bench against City. I thought he put himself about well enough.
he's got to have an ego, no choice. If you're on the bench, you've got to come out and do something. Like there's a reason why he's on the bench in this, in the first place. But yeah, I think Papasar probably starts this one. Looking at another source, someone said it in the chat as well.
Oh, really?
Sarr and Bentancur
over Højbjerg. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and then
Højbjerg's just so immobile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Mickey van der Ven left back as well. Yeah, what it looks like.
There's a Sheffield United team, if any are mad enough to go up against Tottenham in this one. I just think I think Ange will have them fired up properly. Like, we go out and put on our show. It's not about them
Did
down
you see
the
what
road.
happened with Ange, with like the fan and that? Like, he lost his head with one of the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about. He's giving it back to the guys behind the dugout that were telling him to throw it. And so that's going to be an interesting kind of storyline from the last game of the season, certainly, as anything else that comes out of Ange and Tottenham and all the rest of it. So yeah, I just found that so bizarre when I seen that this morning, that they want to have a meeting with him and explain to him Derby rivalry and stuff like that. It's like, what are you smoking, man? Like, he does love Sarr. I think Sarr and Bissouma are the only midfielders that are, the exclusion of Maddison, obviously slightly different profile, but I think Bissouma and Sarr are the closest ones to Ange midfielders that squad has. I don't think Bentancur or Højbjerg or Skip or any of these guys are of the cut, Lovely question here from Smooth Boys asking me about Iwata and Ida. Both of them, I think Iwata's far less likely than Ida. Ida is a real 50-50 now, I think. So I would avoid using the Iwata if you can. He'll definitely feature, but he needs to get decisive off the bench to be worthwhile, and he's not always got that, So it's hard to get behind that as a selection, mate, unless the 220's an absolute throwaway. And then what's the next one? Monaco. Do we have any French predicted lineups we can use? I'm not sure if I've got. No, we don't have France here.
Yeah, I think this inside thing has literally everything this week, to be fair.
Oh, brilliant. If you want to pull it up, we'll get that sorted, because Monaco is one of the highest rated games of this game week for like AAA rated players and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if they've actually got anything to play for on the table, so we'll check that out real quickly. Because Monaco can score. Yeah. At home to Nantes.
Yeah, that's what we're rocking with. Ben Yedder and Bolo apparently back. He's been injured for like ever. Watching too much anime, I think. Nothing
to do for Monaco. Firmly in second. Nothing to do for them.
Nothing crazy, is it? Singo, 19, Majewski, Majewski, sorry. Keeper.
Shao Henrique's been coming back, by the way.
Yeah. Remember I won his Super Rare and I swapped him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you swapped out, didn't you? Yeah,
for Stravetsa.
Oh, yeah, of course. And there's a Nantes team.
And then there's a Nantes team, nothing. Maxime FC, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maxime's boys. Yeah, I don't think I'd be playing many of those lads. Maybe Lafont might get, well, I don't know, actually. A penalty save or something.
I wouldn't rule it out, but I definitely wouldn't go. Nantes, I can see they've got 50 goals in 33 games. I think they're not on for a good one at all, are they?
Mm-hmm. Definitely not. Your boys next.
And then we've got Atleti, who are still pushing for second, by the way. It's not out the question yet for them. A couple of games still left to go in La Liga. And at home to Osasuna Osasuna are no mugs, but they don't score many goals, All Black, I heard you saying Laird, he's in the form of his life at the moment, 70. I definitely think he'll get to a good L5 before the season's out, because this Osasuna game is really in step with what he's been doing and all the rest of it. Savage looks to be coming into this one alongside, Gabriel Paulista and Hermoso. Oh, Rodrigo Riquelme is now into the frame as well. This team's changed a little bit overnight. That's interesting. Really attacking Atleti team.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been scoring goals recently. They've been scoring goals and keeping clean sheets, which was always kind of the plan, I guess, or always has been the plan at Atletico for a long, long time. But it seemed to have slipped recently. Or maybe, I know they're still up there, but they've conceded a lot of goals this season. Like, All Black has not had many clean sheets, which is what he was really known for at one point. But yeah, last couple looked really good, scoring wise. So yeah, hopefully that continues.
Yeah. Good one for them. I might need to get a Riquelme into a team now that I see that. And then we've got Leon Strasbourg. Now, Leon, I think, are still pushing for something last I checked. I think they are, Yeah, they are joint on 50 points with Lons for 7th and 6th. And whoever gets into 6th position gets Europa Conference League. Now, Sorare-wise, Lyon in the Conference League is maybe one of the teams of the season waiting to happen if they can get the win here.
Yeah, if they can obviously get the win, keep a few of their players and start playing jerky, they might have half a chance. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. Like Kakure was absolutely smashing it, for the start of the season. Not only SO5 wise, but I'll be honest, I don't watch every Lyon game, of course, and I rate him highly. But feels like he's really like gone off the boil a little bit if we're talking SO5, because he was a lock for a long time. Like you could just play Kakure in any game, and he was just mopping up AA, DAs, corners, free kicks. Like he was the guy. Feels like he's gone off the boil a little bit. As of Lyon, I'd say in general, but like you said, yeah, they're still fighting for something. Big Jake O'Brien at the back.
Of his best life, isn't he?
Yeah. Tagliafico, Mata. I didn't know Clinton Mata was there. Interesting. Like Jeremy says, Jeremy knows his onions, so yeah, maybe Lyon stacks this weekend could be fun. Lacazette, a couple of goals.
Yeah,
and Rama,
and they were 17 6 months ago.
What'd you say? They won.
Lyon.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, they were. They were shocking one there, and I think Kakure really just sort of got him out of the shit basically, as well as other players. But he was really good start of the season.
And can we see the Strasbourg team? Any players of note in there? I know they're Chelsea's B team at the moment, or their feeder team these days.
Yeah, they've got a few good players. That Delane Bakwa is the standout, I would say. SO5 wise, he's unbelievable for a forward. Gets ridiculous AA and scores decisive and gets decisive. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't know many of the other ones really. Lucas Perrin. Yeah.
Emmanuel Omega's been around SO5 for a while. He was a wonder kid in Holland, and then he went to Austria and was good. And I didn't even know he was there, to be honest with you. Maybe I didn't forgot, but yeah, he's a player. Plays football. Yeah,
he does his thing. He does his thing from time to time.
And then we've got Lons, Montpellier. I don't think Lons have got many cards. So maybe just skip them.
They really don't. Let me just make this a little bit smaller.
Which would take us on to Chelsea against Bournemouth. Now, I think Chelsea, I'm a big Pochettino detractor, is maybe the word I don't know. But the form Chelsea have found recently has been pretty undeniable. They're scoring goals, they're putting wins together. And, that 5th and 6th position in the Premier League has been kind of open since January. Who's going to take it? Are Newcastle going to happen? Or West Ham are holding on to it for a minute? What about Chelsea? What about Man United? And Chelsea have now got 2 hands on the wheel to maybe get that after the run of results they've been on. And I'm really pleased to see Christo Nkunku has made it back, and he is a huge upgrade on Mudryk. So this could be a great one for Chelsea.
Yeah, no, Chelsea, look, I watched the Brighton game, and they were just too much for Brighton. They just moved the ball far too quickly for them from one side to the other. And they've got serious legs in that Chelsea team, and it's very hard to keep up with players when they're running at you and you're having to sort of backpedal. And big Adam Webster and Dunk, they just don't move quick enough for that to really happen. And yeah, no, they just look so dynamic, and there's just goals from everywhere. Like Cole Palmer popping up with headers, who would have thought? They do have such diversity, to be honest, to their goals and who can kind of contribute. But yeah, like you said, and Nkunku's fucking hell. The biggest upgrade in the world over Mudryk. Probably not as quick, still very quick, but Jesus, quality-wise, there's just not even a doubt. That guy's got to be playing football for you and starting games. That front three is serious. Madueke, Palmer, and Nkunku. There ain't many better, honestly. I know they're young and whatever, and Nkunku's a little bit older than the other two, but I know City and Arsenal, whatever, but that is an insane front three behind obviously Jackson. Is that better than Tottenham's? Maddison, Kulu, Brennan? You'd probably say yeah, wouldn't you? All day long. Light years ahead for me. I know they haven't really played enough, but yeah, I think next season, if they can all stay fit, unbelievable strength. Really, really good.
Yeah, Thiago Silva's last game at Stamford Bridge as well, before going into the Challenger region, back to where it started for him at Fluminense. So yeah, maybe he gets a goal or something like that. Maybe a wee sneaky send off. Yeah, a wee penalty, a wee header from a corner, something like that. And then Bournemouth, who have had their manager nominated for Manager of the Year, Andoni Iraola. They've been quite quietly good all season. And towards the back end of the season, when people say that they're shooting for top half, the plaudits have been coming. This is the team that's expected to play. I don't think they're good because Bournemouth want to press and stretch the game out. And I didn't see the game that you've just spoke about with Chelsea, but like I do see that Bournemouth are going to let Chelsea have opportunity through them. And if they are as slick as you've seen them the other night, then I think Bournemouth will be playing into their hands a little bit in periods of this game. And yeah, it probably means sixth position as Chelsea's for my win here. Big
time. Yeah, I don't see how Bournemouth get much here. They do have threats, don't get me wrong.
Travers in goal, Kelly and Smith in the fullback,
Ex-club Dominic Solanke. Do not be surprised if that guy is on roids that game. Let me tell you, he'll be on all the PDs.
Yeah, he will be. For sure. Out. At Stamford Bridge as well.
At Stamford Bridge, he was there for like 3,000 years. Like, he literally, as soon as he came out the womb, they were like, "You're gonna be a number 9."
Yep. Love it. The next one we get is Roma at home to Genoa. Now, I think this is a very well-rated game for Roma on this one, but Genoa aren't as muggy as they kind of look. They're an okay little outfit. This is the expected teams according to Gazzetta, which is the source we've been using recently. I'm not sure what left-handed is translated to in Italian. Is that Mancini, maybe? No. Mancini's on number 23. Yeah.
I have pictures here if you want pictures.
You've got another one. Got Angelino, Cristante, Paredes, Pellegrini. It's a strong team. Lukaku's last game at the Olimpico as well, probably.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what number. I was going to say what number, but is it El Shaarawy? Is that left-handed? I don't
number 23.
Oh, yeah, I don't have the numbers, but Cristante, Pellegrini, Lukaku, Angelino, Indica, Mancini.
Yeah.
Christensen? No,
is it Mancini?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, his name's not there. It's number 23. That's funny. Retigui, Gudmundsson, and the goalkeeper is quite good on SO5. It's not a terrible team,
Mm-hmm.
Genoa, but it should be a good one at the Olimpico, certainly under De Rossi. Kind of finished the season off strong and, could be a decent one.
Mm-hmm.
23 is Pavard, not for Roma. Inter Milan, maybe, but...
What do you mean, 23 is Pavard? You didn't
play for a comment we had. Yeah.
Right.
Just remove the translator. No, I don't want to remove the translator. It makes it more fun. Yeah, I think, Graham, you think that's Inter Milan. We're looking at Roma, but you think it was fit all season? Chelsea could have been pushing top 4. I can get
probably,
behind it.
Yeah, probably. Wouldn't be too far off, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of Chelsea love in the stream today. Normally we're bashing Chelsea. So yeah, good times. It just shows what happens when they get Nkunku back in their team. Now Mallorca, right high here. We know Mallorca are formidable at home. We won't dwell on this for too long, but they're at home to Almeria, who are dead and buried, relegated from La Liga. And yeah, generally good at home. And I was noticing on the lineup builders last night, Muriqi is an L15 of 40. So big target man striker, take a PK or 2 as well. If you need a wee cheeky striker for champion on cap, Muriqi could be your pick. He's a wee shout from us. Radonjic, attacking mid, he's a wee sneaky one. Didn't realise he was there. And Pablo Maffeo isn't quite back yet, but he's almost back. And then the Almeria team, if any are mad enough to be stacking this, looks like it will be this one, Maximiano. Probably a good game for Maximiano because Mallorca probably don't score more than 2. I don't see them getting 3 or 4 or anything. They score 1, they score 2. That's kind of Mallorca, isn't it? So maybe all right for Maximiano.
Mm-hmm. Robertone, yeah, there's a couple of good SO5 boys on their day.
Yeah. I may not be all one-way traffic SO5-wise in this one. Could be a good game for both.
Definitely. And then PSG.
PSG met.
We have right by here.
So yeah, quite a hard team to pick these days, PSG. Kang-In Lee is on its start. Interesting. Goncalo Ramos, Bradley Barcola.
I think he started midweek, Lee Kang-In. Because randomly they had a midweek game against Nice. Zaire Emery started as well. Vitinha started. I think Fabian Ruiz started as well. So, and Barcola, actually. Barcola was class. I saw a little clip on Twitter. He's like, his change of direction for like a tall kid is just ridiculous. And he's like stepped and put it through this guy's legs and he was just gone. Like, you just can't catch him. The guy is absolutely rapid. And he's tricky as well. And yeah, I think he had a couple of assists. But yeah, back four seems a little bit settled, maybe apart from Nuno Mendes. I think Hakimi didn't travel midweek, so yeah, it looks like he's back in. No Mbappe at all. So yeah, maybe it looks quite similar to the midweek. Jeremy says there's so much rotation. Looks like a good prediction. Yeah, Barcola and Zaire Emery at the Euros. Yeah, great for them. Really nice to see that happen. Obviously, no Elise, which was sad, I think, but is what it is. Does Mbappe start? I don't know, Genesis. You'd like to think he would, wouldn't you? To be honest, but I don't know. There's no sound of him here, is there? Which is a bit strange. If you want to see the Mets team, big Mika Tuese up front. Vander Kirkov, great name, Kevin Vander Kirkov. Love that. Looks like the only two players with cards, I'm going to assume. Maybe not. I don't know if that works that way, but that can't be right.
Somebody was asking why Predrag Rakovic is at 60%, the Mallorca goalkeeper. Yeah. I've just tried to kind of investigate on the site because they normally link you to like the press conferences and if there's any notes. The last one that I clicked on didn't have anything about it, but this website is Football Fantasy. I'll just put it in if you're on YouTube live chat, I'll just put the link in there. If you want to go and check out the Mallorca page and catch it. Oh, that went out to Twitch. I don't know if it went everywhere, did it? Oh, it came on to YouTube as well. That's fine. It went everywhere. That's cool to see. So yeah, if you want to go and check that out, I'm sorry, I won't be going through all the Mallorca press conferences, but you'll definitely be able to find it there. He's still on to play, but yeah, if you're wondering why it's not 90 or 100, you'll need to dig. And then we've got Inter Lazio. Now, Inter have won the league by an absolute canter, but again, as predicted, as forecasted on the channel here, since Tudor has been in town, they have been I want to get the form table up just to see how good they've been, but I'm sure they've been the team in Serie A since his appointment. I'm not sure how many games he's actually had, but let's have a look at the form table. Lazio top on the form table for the last 5, and over the last 10, I can show you this. Sorry, let me zoom in a bit. But yeah, last 10 games, 5th, 6 wins, 15 goals scored, just 22. So I don't think he's had quite the full 10 games, but the last 5, undefeated, scoring 10 goals, only conceding 3. And Lazio are in a good vein of form. And I think similar to how I feel about like Glasner and Palace this weekend, Tudor and Lazio, like the league position and all that jazz, like, yeah, it does come into it. I suppose they're still fighting with Roma to get up a bit, but it's not end of season. It's only the beginning for them. They're trying to get their stamp on the team. They're trying to work out who they keep, who they replace, as well as get the best tune out of the players they've got around. So I think this could be, as far as Italian football goes, a bit more exciting than a normal top of the table clash, which can be a bit quieter normally. These are the predicted teams we've got. Both teams look pretty damn solid to me. It doesn't scream goals at both ends, but Lazio will attack, and Inter being at home are going to go for it as well to an extent. So could be an unsuspectingly high-scoring Serie A match, maybe?
Yeah, potentially. I don't know. I don't think it's in the DNA, is it, really? But potentially. Looks like Inter have been, they've rotated loads recently, so it looks like they are firing out the main boys for this last one.
Yeah, so that's a good one, I think, for attacking players, certainly, probably for both teams, but Inter being at home, the goalkeeper, Sommer, this could be a big one. This could be like one of those Sommer 80 games with no clean sheet or something, or something, penalty save and then 48.
I mean, he scored 98 last game, I think.
Did he? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, Jesus, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
What a fucking player he is. Dun. And Lille and Nice next. I'm just thinking now of these games getting a wee bit. What's the win percentage? These are kind of
50s. I think I think you should cut it off at 60 personally. The the green should be the cutoff, I would say.
I'm with you there. Let's get into another region then. Let's get into the next one.
Yeah, let's go challengers, which is obviously dominated by Sporting. We know PSV's situation. I mean, yeah, lots of Eredivisie here, which makes it probably easy just to go in and just do it all like we did last time.
Now, what we need from Sorare Data, because we know Laird and the overlords of Sorare Data are watching this, right, is when you're on that matchups tab, we need a button to the predicted lineup that you've got on that page. Because if we're going to use those ones, I don't think there's a direct click that we can do on the matchups tab, from what I'm seeing anyway. So we need a direct click into the fixture somehow, somewhere.
Mm-hmm. But this is 20s mob for the last game, I believe. Quite settled team. Unistal's the only, I think his missus had a baby this week or something, so he's like not sort of nailed. I've seen this Lennart Thie guy is moving to like Indonesia or something.
Cool.
Moving to some mad team.
Nice.
And then like Jeremy says, AZ and 20 are fighting for Europa League. So that's fun for them. Ajax, a couple of 50%ers in here. Hendo on at 80, which is nice. Berghuis, Bergwijn. All the Bergs, and then they play obviously, Vitesse, who are obviously just not going to be a team anymore, I believe. Which is obviously sad to see. Big Paxton Aronson in there, Marco van Ginkel up front instead of goalkeeper for once. I think he's played every position now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
To finish them off, and then we've got NEC who play for this game's like not important or something, but like next game is important because they play like a playoff or something, like a 5th place something.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. I think this has been updated though, which we'll go down and have a little look at. But they play Almere City. Pretty settled. Interested in Coop Miners. Where's he? He's red card. There we go. I was going to say he's their main boy, so taking out their main SO5 threat is can't be a bad thing. And then we've got AZ, Utrecht. Ibrahim Sidiok, Pavlidis, Sugawara. I've seen Brighton might be coming in for Sugawara.
Someone has to take Sugawara this year. Like
it's weird,
especially this. It's like Japanese emergence over European football. He's like one of the ones that's like we know him, if you know what I mean. But definitely like run of the mill transfer rumor fan doesn't know him.
He's like what Daniel Munoz is basically. Like I'm surprised he hasn't had. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't had that type of move yet. Like Brighton. I know Lamptey. Like they've got good right backs, Brighton. To be fair, so I don't know whether they need to really go spunk 15 mil on Sugawara, but I can kind of see the argument for it. Loads of players out for Feyenoord, even though they have still got a lot of quality. No Timber. No left back, but Trauner's a very good player anyway, so he can fill in there.
Laird's in here throwing shade on you, Harry.
AZ, I think it is AZ, isn't it? I thought that's how the Dutchies say it. AZ. I didn't think it was AZ.
I say AZ.
Remember. I think we, as Brits, do say AZ, but I can't remember. I thought it was AZ
or as
or AS. And then we've got Excelsior, who are fighting for their lives. Yeah, Dutchies don't use. Oh, it's RZ, yeah. Yeah, it's like the R instead of...
Yar said. Pirate team.
They're all just fucking pirates out there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Excelsior fighting for their lives. We've got Sparta Rotterdam at home to Heerenveen, I believe. Pretty settled team. Big Camille Negley. Ready to DMP for Laird and just ruin his whole weekend. I'm waiting for that one.
Nick College made the Dutch team, by the way.
I did see that. They've got 4 goalkeepers on that list, to be fair, which I guess is not that shocking. But yeah, I did see he made that. Fair play to him. He has been good, hasn't he, over the last year or so. Noppert back in. Big Andreas. And then we've got Go Ahead Volendam. Volendam, obviously the whipping boys, versus Go Ahead. A couple of 60s and 50s here. Keep an eye on Romans maybe back, which is fun. Negley 100. Laird, come on now. We're not living in an alternative universe.
We've got some good things in the chat. I want to bat off quickly, Harry boy. Sante or Druisi as captain?
They're both at home. It's a tough game for New York. I don't love the Sante New York Red Bulls game. New York, I think Red Bulls end up doing a bit there away from home. They just slay anyone right now. I'm honestly saying Druisi. He had a good. I think he scored really well last game. Yeah, I'm going Druisi. I am. I think they play. Oh, they play Houston. I can't remember who they play. Maybe Kansas City. I think it is. They play Kansas at home. I'm going Druisi, even though I'm a massive Sante fan. We all know that, as are you. But I think objectively, Druisi does outscore him.
Yeah, I think Sante at home, but he's better at home than away. Small pitch and all that, set pieces everywhere. I think
I don't know.
It's a tough one.
I agree. I do, but it's Red Bull. That's my issue. It's Red Bulls. Yeah. Like, I get it. Like, I've watched every Sante game all season. Like, funny ones. Quinny, guess how many duels? So obviously, he got an assist 2 minutes in last game, right? Midweek. Guess how many duels? Like, what was his duel ratio at like halftime? Like,
0.
I'll give you this. He had 11 duels. Okay, just tell me how many you think he won and lost.
I'm going to say he lost 10.
11. Yeah. Yeah. It's not always that bad, but it is quite close to that. Yeah, Houston might have something going on.
We had some chat there, sorry, just about Leipzig. I put that on screen for you. Looks like Danny Olmo's confirmed out in the press conference, and then there's a bit of chat for Aston Villa. Since we've jumped past the Prem, just put this on screen for you now. This is what I would call the expected lineup, certainly. I am surprised to see Duran there, but over Diaby, but you never know. And as we've seen, the Aston Villa players have all been out on the lash for a couple of days, so you need to kind of keep your eye on the timeline to see who might actually be fit enough to make it. But yeah, I just wanted to grab those things in the chat because we are getting close to the deadline. I don't want to leave anyone hanging. So yeah, that's as much stuff.
What do you think PSV do this weekend, lads? Any PSV fans in the chat? Do we think they sort of go like this, or do we think they're sort of still in Ibiza? I've seen the Walter Benitez one's an interesting one. Like, his contract's till 2025, doesn't want to renew, but wants to play next season or something. Which means that like he would go on a free after that, and PSV obviously want money for him. So that one's a weird one. I don't know whether to. And I think Drommel actually played last game, but Sorare Holland said PSV full strength. Okay, I have a question for you, and this only applies for me. How nailed is Maro Jr.? Sorare Holland, I need numbers. I know there's a.
His cap's really good this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like 44, and I've got him in 240 super rare, and it's a big lineup for me. So I can't get that one wrong this weekend. Do you trust in Maro Jr. this weekend? Is the question.
Patrick Van Aanholt definitely strikes me as the sort of guy that would have been living it up in Ibiza. You know, like
he's one of the more sort of
big timers. You know,
big timers in the squad. Yeah, he's done it. You know, he's been there and done it.
He's had that Premier League money for a lot of his life. You know, and
he's laughing.
He's in Ibiza with the lads winning the title. We could definitely see Aanholt been on the karaoke a bit longer.
Oh, he's on the sauce. He is definitely on the sauce, big time. But Warwick, what are they doing? Are they fighting for relegation? Or, I mean, yeah, Sorare Holland, I know it's 70-30. I can see that. But, you know, I need intel. I need a little bit more than just what I've seen.
Do you know how many shots Van Aanholt had? That's what we're after. Was he on Jaeger bombs? Was he on vodka? What was he doing?
Depends,
that's what we need to know.
It all depends on what sauce he was on. Because, I don't know, Maro Jr. doesn't strike me as a heavy drinker. Very low body fat. You know, I just coming back from injury. I don't think he can afford to really put too much alcohol into his body. And I don't know. It's an interesting one.
I've got the league table up for you, Harry. Warwick tied on points with Excelsior for the final relegation spot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's a massive one for them.
And right now, Warwick have goal difference in their favour, which PSV could obviously change. You know, the game
quite quickly.
So,
yeah. Especially on the karaoke bit like that. That's class. Okay, Sorare Holland has just said it could be the last game for Van Aanholt, and he is a local boy, so they might give him a game. Don't say that. I didn't need you to say that. I needed you to give me confirmation bias and just say, you know what? I'm in camp Maro Jr.
But saying that, we've seen some of the Warwick defenders have been high scorers, you know, so if you have that defence stack, like they might still get their goal line clearances and shit that they seem to be last man tackling their face off with, you know.
Yeah, unless they've sacked the Opta guy. The Opta guy definitely has Warwick players, doesn't he? Oh, mate, 100% he does. There's no way he doesn't. There's no way he doesn't. After that, they had that little wind in there a few weeks ago. They just literally just blitz Challenger. Sorare Holland is playing Marrow, but the question is, where are you playing him? Because if it's in training, that doesn't count. I need to know where exactly and how prioritized he is. Sorare Holland, to be, revealing your secrets, but a man's got to do what you got to do. Okay, there is a few differences in the Heron squad. So Browers is injured apparently. Go ahead, have a couple of situations. He's got him in 240. Okay. I'll take that. My guess is Van Aert will come on the 60th. Fair enough. I guess Maro can play midfield as well, so maybe, I don't know. We'll see. No Jizz this weekend. Big one.
Maybe for you.
Maybe for you. Nice. Last day of the season, Jizz, unfortunately. And then a couple of changes to the NEC, showing him possibly playing for Proper, risk of suspension. Ross is fit again, no Sander this Sunday. So keep an eye on Dirk Proper. But that seems to be Eredivisie out of the way. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, it's like, obviously we can watch, see their lineups as well. But Benfica's pretty high. We've seen Sporting, or we'll see Sporting maybe. And then obviously it's Turkey. I think a massive game in Turkey with Gala Fener.
Do you want to maybe give us like the big three in Portugal and then like the big couple in Turkey, and then we'll do America?
We'll do that. So we've got Benfica, all the
Rafa
boys.
in attack. Ooh,
big Rafa in attack. I think he's not renewing, isn't he? This is basically his last couple of games.
Where's he going?
I don't know. He's just on a free. They don't know. Imagine him in the MLS or something.
That's what I'm thinking. He's rapid.
Really he is so quick. Yeah, he'd be a joke. He'd be so good. Amarim confirms the Sporting team, David Alves said. So,
cool.
Is this the team, Diego? David, is this what we're looking at?
Barca.
And then Porto, who play away to Braga, 3rd versus 4th. Massive game for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is that. And then for Turkey,
it's Fener v Gala.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Is there anything on it? But
Appendix Sport. Yeah, they need to. If they win the league. Basically, they're like 6 points clear with. Yeah,
Fener don't really have much of a chance, but
not really. No. Appendix Sport fighting for their lives. Got to give them a little bit of a shout out.
Of course.
And then, the big boys, we've got Antalyaspor. Come on, give us the big boys.
Give us the big house.
Kasim Passa, and then Trabzonspor, if you want to have a look at them. Tall Paul up front, Pepe in the 10. Taxi Fontas, left wing.
Oof.
Yeah. Visca, Bardi,
Nicola Pepe. I think he's leaving them in the summer as well, by the way.
Is he? Yeah. Besiktas, Gedson on a 60. Semis on a semi. Rashika, Abubakar.
Last game for Adan as well.
Ooh, is he? Right.
Sivaspor team is out as well.
Yeah, Sivaspor out. And then this is the Gala boys. I don't think there's much of a change from the last couple of weeks. Maybe Davison Sanchez, maybe over Bardaki. Rest of it kind of picks itself, I think. And then Fener, Szymanski, Tadic, Batshuayi, Cengiz Under. Big Fred.
I don't feel like we've seen much of Under this season, has it?
Been quiet, hasn't he? Yeah, he has been quiet. He hasn't really kicked on at all, to be honest. And then I guess it kind of goes over to the MLS, right? That's kind of where we want to. Oh, this one's annoying because it's in like a PDF file.
Okay, I can go get RotoWire up because that was good for it.
Yeah, it's fun. To be fair, it is fine. I can still do it. It's not the end of the world. It's not that one, is it? It is. Gameweek 467. It's not. No, I'm confused.
If you try and find that, I'll put this
I
on
got it.
anyway.
I got it.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks nice.
Here we go. That works like that, doesn't it?
So I heard you say, Millard, that Giakoumakis faked concussion.
He did. I watched it.
Ha!
He did. He fucking did. No, listen to this. It gets even funnier. Brad Guzan runs the whole pitch, whispers in his ear, and says, basically, just get smashed next header against it was Miles Robinson, obviously big boy as well. Both got up for a header. Bang. He's done. Robinson's fucked. Like, he's done. Like,
oh, wow.
It looked bad, but he ended up getting up, to be fair. Giakoumakis is obviously on the floor, like, pretending he's concussed, and then they just hooked him off. He was asking to be hooked. I'm not joking, like, 70th minute. The game was done. Like, Armada was off after 12 minutes. They got battered. Like, there was just no point in being on the field. And I don't know what his injury really was, to be honest. But it was just funny, like how Guzan just ran the whole field, basically, to tell him, just go down, basically, and just pretend you're concussed, because he would have been, or was, the 6th substitution.
And I think subsequently he has to be out anyway, because they want to make sure people don't game it. So when I heard you saying that, I was like, no way, big Giakoumakis is at it.
Oh, he's at it. He's at it.
We've got a quick question here from The Real Nose. Love that name. Traditionally, Hearts bow down to Rangers, especially under Stephen Naismith. So it's one of those ones. But with Hearts and Rangers, their seasons both being kind of decided at the moment. And with Rangers slipping up in the first half against Dundee midweek, I wouldn't rule it out. But I wouldn't be saying, oh, yeah, they're good for it, or that's the norm. You know, Hearts normally don't do well against Rangers under Stephen Naismith. So take that as you can with the other information you're finding.
So Nashville aren't great right now. They've just sacked their manager, even though I think they won midweek, which is a bit of a weird one. But anyway, I think Nashville here is an amazing position against this Atlanta team. Like, if you've got Nashville cards this weekend, Hanny, Sturridge, Godoy's been scoring unbelievably well, which is mental. Walker Zimmerman's back in. Willis obviously sort of cemented back in goal. Yeah, this Atlanta team just doesn't have a threat right now. Genuinely. Yeah. Like, I just cannot see where they get a goal from. It is maybe Caleb Wiley at left back, and that just tells you all you need to know. And I'm not maybe Brooks Lennon. You know, Brooks Lennon's a good player, but there's no one to cross the ball to, basically. So he's just nil and void. I think, that's a great game for Nashville, even though they've been rubbish. But like Atlanta, just even rubbisher right now by a big margin when both their DPs are out. Revs Philly. Philly have been shocking. Obviously, just lost to Santi's boys away from home, or Philly were home. Sorry, still scored good SO5 scores. Like, they still managed to get a few, good AA in places. But obviously, going to New England, which isn't the hardest thing in the world to do. Obviously, Carlos Heel's mob. I mean, you're not really touching many of those New England boys apart from him, maybe. And then so that was a tough one. I think I don't know. I don't know how to I don't know what that would be, but I think Carlos Seal probably still scores relatively well there at home. And then obviously the New York Derby. I can't remember what did Laird call it. It's the
Hudson River Derby.
Hudson River, yeah. Hudson River Derby. It's a tough one, really tough. They're both in great form. Like, it's just nice to see New York City actually be quite high up the table for once. All last year it was dire, wasn't it? Supporting them, and they just didn't have anything. But it's weird because like their team isn't that different compared to last year. They brought in Hans Wolf. Outside of that, maybe Oyeda. I can't remember if he was there last year, but there's not that. It's just Santi's managed to just really come good again. Basically, is when your DP starts doing things, the rest, it just brings everyone up, doesn't it? As a team, and he's been on it. If he ain't on it, the team just isn't really a team. Realistically, still no number 9, which really sort of hamstrings them. Realistically, even though I think Alfonso Martinez scored last game against the best team in the league for me, Inter Miami are obviously great if Messi is playing, but New York Rebels are the best team for me as like an 11. Even though they don't have like names coming out of their arse, like they still have, relatively unknown players that you wouldn't really want in your SO5 team. They just do, they're just a really good team. Great front two. Yeah, I was going to say Leslie didn't play last game, so just...
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of good firepower. I was going to say Amaya and Edelman is a good. That'll be a good fight against Parks and Sands. Like that's the two good engine rooms in there, and then it's like you say, Red Bull have got the firepower that New York maybe don't have on paper. Where like Morgan can get one or two. Van Zier, we know, is obviously Belgian league level, and Forsberg just doesn't do less than a 70 these days. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for sure. Normally these derbies in the last couple of seasons have been a bit like non-events, but this one could be sparky.
I think it could, yeah. I'd like to think there'd be quite a few goals in this one, but I really struggle to see how New York City beat New York Red Bulls here. I really do. Just in the way they're set up and the strength the Red Bulls have, even though it's away, but it's obviously in the same city, so it's hardly away. But yeah, it'd be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to watching that one. Miami DC obviously all hinges on Messi. I think he has been bumped up to a 60% from one of the updated versions of this, which we can sort of have a look at. But yeah, Messi's at 60. DC away, I don't really see them doing much regardless. But yeah, no Messi is a big loss, obviously, for Inter Miami, in that DC might have a bit of a chance if he doesn't play. If he does, though, you can just you got no chance basically. Most of the main boys are in there. Alba may be back this weekend. Cincinnati at home to St. Louis. Again, Cincinnati are finding some good form right now, even though they're having to play forwards they probably weren't expecting to play so early on in the season or whatever. Kubo's been playing up front some games, midfield. Now he's at right back because Yedlin has been out, but they look really good right now. Obviously, all coming through Lucho. And St. Louis, Klaus just missed a penalty midweek, so whatever. He's been actually really good recently as well, so that was quite disappointing. But I don't see anything other than a Cincy win there. Charlotte LA Galaxy's an interesting one. Charlotte just Dean Smith, baby. He's just the man. Like he hasn't got a great team, but like he is just grinding out results. I think he's just really found a way to sort of just defend really well and just take your chances, and just kind of make football quite simple. And they're really good defensively. And Kalina in goal is class. He's so good. He made some incredible saves against Chicago at the end of the game, midweek. Obviously, Capetti's left, and Vargas, about Adjaman. They've got a bit of firepower, and they're not blessed with quality, but they do have good players. Diani Westwood is a nice little two in midfield there. Galaxy without Painsil, I think, which is a big miss. Obviously, still a really strong side from Galaxy. Joveljic back in, Peck, Puig, Brugman, Delgado. It's still a good team. But as we know, Galaxy just concede goals. They really, really do. We have a Canadian derby. I don't know what they call this one, but I'm just going to call it the Canadian derby for now. Yeah. Toronto at home to Montreal. Obviously, the Sean Johnson situation. All the Toronto boys were fly kicking all the New York boys, weren't they?
It went off.
Could change. Yeah, it went off big time. Sean Johnson obviously served a 1-match suspension. I don't know whether anything's going to change with that. If it's going to get worse, we don't really know. But I think it's fine. I think they've done their sort of damage there. And it's tough on this because Montreal aren't good at all, and they're away from home. I don't know. I don't know how to call this one. If Bernardeschi's on it, then you could argue Toronto probably have the upper hand here. Montreal just struggle to score goals, and they can see goals, which is obviously a recipe for losing games of football. So I do slightly favour Toronto in that one, even though the odds massively favour them. Montreal do have a few good players. I just don't think it'll be enough. Columbus away to Chicago. Cucho apparently didn't train yesterday. There was like an open training session for season ticket holders or something. He missed the midweek, so there's definitely doubt in him. So keep an eye on that one. Away to Chicago, they're like winless in 6. They can't score a goal for love nor money. It just ain't looking good. Hugo Cypers is just, I mean, like he does what number 9s do, but he just doesn't have anyone supplying him is the issue. Gutierrez is good on days, but he's still young. He's not too consistent. And Big Shaq is just non-existent, really, which is not ideal from your most paid player. The defense is fine, but they just don't have enough firepower. Nowhere near enough. Yeah, Cucho likely out. I think that's what the consensus is, isn't it, Charles? And then Austin Sporting. We mentioned the Durisi Santi toss up earlier, but it's an interesting one. Austin. I mean, Brad Stuver's been just scoring like 100 every game, basically. his AA game's been phenomenal recently. So that's been nice for holders of him. And again, another home game. Kansas City do have goals in them though, so I wouldn't rule out a little Johnny Russell, Chaloy, Polido. They've got goals. Eric Tommy. There's good players there. I don't see them not scoring, but they do have a lot of firepower. It's a real tough one to analyze there, because Austin just are not bad at home. Like, they were terrible at the start of the season, but they really improved, to be honest.
We got a warning in the chat earlier that Houston versus Dallas is at risk of cancellation down to tornado. So
yeah,
maybe just dingy that all together. Like, if you've got players, I mean,
yeah, keep an eye on that one big time. I know loads of people have Steve Clark though, so that might be tough to do. But yeah, that is the team. If the game does go ahead, Minnesota at home to Portland. Robin Lod season for them. Nothing too crazy outside of that. Reynoso is back in the country, I think, on holiday probably.
Packing his bags.
Yeah, getting all his gear ready to go to Mexico probably. Yeah, Vander's back. Moreno's 70%. Not too much to really talk about for Portland. They had a big win against San Jose, 4-2. Midweek, they were 2-0 down. So that's an interesting one. We've got Salt Lake, Colorado. Salt Lake at home. Diego Luna, Aranjo, Andres Gomez. Some good players here for Salt Lake. But Colorado have been sneaky this year.
Yeah,
they've got a few good boys in there. Mihailovic at 40% though, so keep an eye on that one. Bassett's been really good. Navarro's been great. Bombito been really good. And Zach Steffen in goals been okay. Sam Vines scored really well midweek, Quinny, by the way. Just a random one.
Love it.
Really good. Yeah, I think he had like 80, 90 points, AA. Something really, really juicy. And then San Jose, Orlando. Orlando without Cesar Araujo, suspended. But yeah, they're not really doing too much either. It looks like Muriel's coming into a bit of form recently, though. He's probably the only thing I could say positively about them right now, realistically. Facundo Torres is just nowhere near it.
Yeah, I was going to say, see the price of Facundo Torres, don't know.
Well, yeah,
if you believe he can come back, but like he's wildly cheap, don't know.
I know, but like Ladeiro's in and out, and he takes a lot of the set. Like, it's just hard to get behind a consistent. There's no consistent sort of like vision of him like just really exploding again is the issue. There's like obstacles in the way, but yeah, he is a good player. Like, obviously we've seen him score really, really well at times, and he's good. But yeah, he's not in great form right now, which is fine. You can, like you said, there could be scope to to pick one up and wait for him to kind of come good. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be very soon, but maybe. Your boy Pellegrino, I heard you talking about him on one of your streams. He scored midweek, I think, in that 4-2 loss. And then Seattle, Vancouver to finish off. Seattle at home. It's not much of a trip for Vancouver to Seattle, so
this is a derby.
Yeah, big game for them. Rusnak season, I hope 90% in the cam. Morris rotated out midweek, as did Rui Diaz, I believe. Maybe he didn't, I can't remember, but Morris definitely did, and Christian Roldan did, actually, thinking back. So yeah, Seattle still haven't found a groove, and Vancouver have been half decent. So tough one this, to be honest. Even though Seattle are at home, I think there's definitely goals in this game, I would say. But yeah, I really want Seattle to win. Odds are showing that Seattle should win, but football is not played on paper. So
no,
yeah, I know, tough one to gauge that one.
Seattle do feel better than last year.
Yeah, but I think injuries again this season. They haven't had enough time to sort of get going. I don't think we have an Eredivisie. Oh yeah, just some of the updates we get. Yeah, that's kind of Challenger out the way. Basically, we do have Denmark and we do have Championship. Southampton played tonight actually against West Brom, but that's basically it.
I think we'll have a wee peek at contenders, and then we'll be getting into lineups and all that good stuff, because we are almost half an hour to the deadline.
35. Yeah.
There's not too much going on in here. We can talk Celtic, of course. We see Graz split. Maybe not too much beyond that. And then we can take requests as well, guys. If there's any requests that we're after, we're trying to get them as they came up tonight as well. Toby, by the way, was just saying that the tornado passed Houston last night. So definitely get on the Texas weather app or whatever and try and find out what the scoop is, because that is vital intel to some people for sure. But yeah, even though the China teams are romping this division as well, I see them every week are up here in the matchups tab, and the influence this division. There's not that many cards, but it's the only place people are playing them really. So Shanghai up the top again.
Yeah, a couple of, like you said, Croatia boys up there. Hadrick at home. Obviously, your lads as well. A-Bar at home as well. They're still fighting for promotion, I guess, in the Spanish second division. Dynamo's a nice fixture, I think, at home. For them, River at home as well. There's definitely a few sneaky ones in here. Bodo Glimt.
Oh, yeah.
In there as well. Dynamo Zagreb away to Slaven. Zenit away to Gronzi. Not terrible for them. We've obviously got the J-League special, which I guess we could have a little, not proper look at, but definitely, I don't know where this, I don't think it's actually, maybe it is in the, like a drop down. I don't think it is, though. Maybe it is. But yeah, lots of Peru, loads of Peru, actually. Chile, Peru, just loads of teams that obviously is not going to really impact much.
Yep.
SO5 wise, yes, it's a weird one, mate. I think it's another clean sweep for Celtic, mate. On the hoops.
Have you got Scottish things in that Discord? Because I don't really have a website for it.
I think so, mate. No, I don't. Let me have a look. I don't think so. No, it's not SPFL. Maybe we do. No, we don't, to be fair.
That's good.
No.
Yeah. Robertson is on, by the way, on the source I've got.
He's what, sorry? Andy Robertson?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I've dinged him out of teams because I just thought I'd ignore it, but because I thought he'd come off. So I might squeeze him in somewhere now. Great question. Thanks for asking me to check that, Ross. I totally missed that earlier. Oh, wrong button. Celtic versus La Liga 2 in Contender. Yeah, it's kind of the way, isn't it? We're getting some great intel from Toby in the chat as well for any of the guys that get Scandinavian cards. I think the predicted team for Celtic is. Do you know what we could maybe do?
Go on.
How do we click on the predicted teams? Projected teams. There we go. That's what I'll do for Scotland. Is we'll go into it this way. Share this tab. Mag in a bit. Let's put it up. Right. Okay. So if we look at Scotland on this, just so visually, it's not like just me just talking to you guys. Let's see if we can actually see something. Yeah. So I think the only thing to be nervous about. Oh, sorry, I've not got the right tab on. I think the only thing to be nervous about is Kyogo and Ida. Otherwise, I think the team does pick itself. There's some funny suggestions from some people in the community, mainly Jay, but maybe Joe Hart gets subbed off in the 90th minute. So if you do have a Bane, maybe if you need a 25-point goalkeeper for the 220 division or something like that with a cap of 0, maybe there's a wee roll of the dice to be made there. But otherwise, I don't see any curveballs in this one. The last 2 trophy days at Celtic Park have been 6-0. Last season at Aberdeen and the season before with Motherwell. So I think this should be a good one, man. It should be good. The sun is out. Trophy day. Brendan Rodgers back in town, and ahead of the cup final against Rangers the next week. Like it's similar to Wednesday night. Like Kilmarnock, if any of you remember, knocked us out the League Cup right at the beginning of the season, and have taken lots of points off of us in the league. It must be said. And when we played them Wednesday night, we made them look at Livingston. The team has just really went up a level, really went up a gear. And I don't see him toying with that. Rodgers' words are, we want to sprint over the finish line. So I think Ida came in tactically for the Qiunny game, and I don't think that will be as needed against St Mirren. I would favour Kyogo to start this game, but it is a coin toss. So beware. Otherwise, nailed on everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see. Somebody was asking about Hearts. Now they are playing the other side of Glasgow. They are at home, but maybe it's a bit different. Craig Gordon's in goals. I think that's been kind of known, the rotation that's been happening with the keepers. So if he's there, I think that's kind of known that he will play. If you're Xander Clark's, you definitely wish you had the handcuff. It could be a good game for the defensive Hearts because, like, even if they are going to bow down a little bit to Rangers, defenders are still going to be making clearances, winning duels, this kind of stuff. So I know with the Kingsley, you're looking for the offensive output. Rangers are quite thin. The team is quite injured and there's a lot of missing pieces here and there. Like, Raskin isn't going to play centre back, and Yilmaz isn't going to play in goals, right? But this is kind of the extent of where their team is at, where it is like all bits and pieces everywhere. Like, Kemar Roof is barely featured this season, and Cantwell's been in and out. So anyway, it's the strongest Rangers Hearts are coming against. It is last game of the season at home, so maybe they go for it a bit more than they normally do as well. Now that they're not going to be spoiling Rangers' title challenge, so yeah, if you've got Hearts cards, could be a good one. Shanklin's just won Football Writer of the Year, Players of the Year, all that kind of thing. So Shanklin goals probably back on this weekend, whether it be from a penalty or open play or whatever. But there's Hearts Rangers, and I'm just trying to think of Scotland if there's anything else that's I'll just kind of click through what we've got for the rest of them, and you can see them. This is Dundee at home to Kelly, two of the better teams in the league this year. Derek McInnes has just won Football Writer Manager of the Year, and I know the Dundee manager was in the reckoning for that as well. Both those teams are on screen now for you. No Beck again for you, Harry boy.
Yeah, no big Beck, and very annoying that one. But been out literally since he come back from Liverpool.
Yeah,
that's been just a disaster, that one.
Livingston's last game in the league before they get relegated at the Spaghetti Had, and they're at home to Hibs, who sacked their manager, got a big result against the run of play midweek, you'd think. And yeah, it's probably going to be a copy and a paste effort for them. Get your Wallacott suit, for sure. Again, for this one, Livingston don't score more than one goal, if any. So don't expect that to change for this one. We've then got Motherwell at home to St Johnstone. And Motherwell have got some really tidy players in their team. I think they could have a quite good game here. But St Johnstone aren't without their weapons. Nicky Clark, Graham Carey, Stevie May. In attack, these guys are all proficient at this level. And Mitov has been getting lots of plaudits, not just in the Sorare spaces, but in Scottish football for being like a good keeper in the division. So I don't think it'll be a romping, but I think Motherwell should win this pretty well. If you've got a spittle, it's maybe a good spittle week. And then the last one we've got here is Ross County at home to Aberdeen. This is a north of Scotland derby, almost kind of. So Ross County up in Dingwall. I don't think they are relegated. I think they're still fighting against the promotion places and all that stuff. And then Aberdeen going, I think, as strong as they can go for final game of the season. And it feels like their form's kind of clicked in a little bit over the last couple of weeks. So could be a good one for them. Laidlaw, if he doesn't concede free, could be a very well scoring goalkeeper. He likes to make saves and catches and stuff like that. So, yeah, Aberdeen, Ross County. And that's all she wrote for Scotland.
I was just having a little look at of the J, like obviously we've got J League Special. Not that there's that many like crazy good lineups.
I've just put River on screen. We can go to J League if you want. It's no problem.
No, you're fine. We'll do River first.
Just on screen for anyone who needs it.
I think they played midweek as well. Barco came out midweek, so maybe probably back in this week. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, Diaz will probably obviously be centre back with Perez. Racing played last night as well. Yeah,
I've seen that Racing. So I've got Almondra now, so I'm a bit interested in this. Is that Brian Rodriguez from LAFC? That's in that team?
No. Nah. Almendra's been bombed again.
Well, he's back in, apparently.
No, I don't think so. He did. I don't think he was even. Don't even can come off the bench last night. There was big rumors like they're using him as a scapegoat. Basically, I've seen. Are you in the Argentinian Discord?
No.
If not, you need to get yourself in there because Josh, who lives in there, shout out to Josh. He's a big Racing fan, and something went on. There was like loads of articles out about Almendra. Basically, someone can. Yeah, there's something weird gone on with him. They're saying it was something like he's just walking around the pitch or something. I saw the translation. I don't know. I can't remember it exactly, but it was it wasn't good for him. Put it that way. I
was going to use him this weekend as well. So I thought, sorry, our data saying he's in. That'll be good. But sorry, our data are lying to us, Harry boy. This is the Boca team.
Yeah.
Or the maybe Boca team. Who knows? And then J League. Have you got something for J League or what we're looking at?
Just
matchup tab.
Yeah, there's only like one matchup above a 60% win percentage, and that's Hiroshima, who haven't really been good. Haven't been good themselves, and they play away to the worst team in the league. To be fair, but it could be wide open this week. I think for the J League Special. Raysol up there, Xelvia up there as well against Tokyo. Both new teams playing against each other. Promoted teams. Urawa at home, away to Jubileo. Vissel Kobe away to the Antlers. Tokyo at home to Marinos. I think Marinos have a cup final or something next week, so they could be maybe heavily rotated. So keep an eye on that one. But yeah, I think honestly wide open. It's just nice to have a tournament that or play in a tournament that there's just not like a clear favorite with, that's going to just blitz it. So yeah, it makes things quite tricky, but also makes things quite fun, I think, as well. So yeah, that is the old J League. But honestly, I think that's all she wrote, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Contenders is a La Liga 2 Celtic fest. Challengers is if PSV decide to turn up.
Well, we are 20 minutes away to the deadline, Harry, and I've now got a headache because I was quite excited about my under 23 lineup that has Almondrat in it. And I think the only alternatives I've really got that are worth mentioning is Kang-In Lee or Lennon Miller. Do we think Kang-In Lee, he's on to starting that thing, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd probably go Kang-In Lee, to be honest. He's obviously a great player, but I think he probably gets it done for you, I would say.
Definitely no worse, isn't there?
It doesn't look like, no.
Andrade's hot and cold. They will play. Do I take hot and cold Andrade, who'll play, or Kang-In? Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else hiding down here. It's like, oh yeah, fire him in. Yeah, Kang-In's probably the boy, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go for it. Awesome. Kang-In, yes. All right, good. Thanks for that. Thanks for the catch, Jeremy boy. Yeah, so do you want to show us your lineups, Harry boy?
Yeah, we can have a little look at what's going on over here. That was midweek. I'm not playing anyone in Premier League this week. I'm throwing them into champion. Sorry. Has anyone got any Brighton news? Has Zerbi come out and said anything about keepers? Do we know if it's going to be Bart or do we think it's?
Oh, it has to be Bart. Has to be Bart.
Yeah, but he had a little quick rotation a couple of games ago. It hasn't just been Bart all the way through is the issue.
I think now he's been announced in the Holland team last game of the season and all that. Like, I don't know why he would play him.
But unless Steele's going to leave, I know he's signed a contract or whatever, but I don't know unless Steele's going to leave. But yeah, in season Division 2 for the Rares and then Classic Division 1, Charlie thinks it's a 50-50. Okay, I mean, I'll risk it. We'll see how it goes. No dunk, which is annoying. I am playing Mateus Tell. I had a couple of different options here, though. Maybe we could have a little look. Is Tell... Could go Delinga at home to Brest, but I don't think that's amazing. Pedri, Zaya Emery. They're probably the 3 or 4 choices there.
Yeah. I like Zaya Emery against Metz.
Yeah. I just worry he might... I don't know, do we think he definitely plays where Tell's probably a bit more obvious, maybe, even though they're away to Hoffenheim? De Zerbi's press conference is tomorrow. That's annoying. Ooh, David Taylor reckons he gets one last final match. Interesting.
You hate to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I can just throw him straight in. It's not Toulouse finishing strong. Yeah, it could be Delinga's season, couldn't it? He scored last game against PSG. Would hate to waste another Delinga goal. Yeah, I don't know. It all hinges on Bart, doesn't it? Is the issue with that one. I guess I could just make a second team quite quickly. Just throw big Steele in there. Do we go Lamptey, Zaya Emery? Don't know if I have a 4. I do have a 4. I can go Tell, can't I? We'll just do this and just see what happens. We'll go double Brighton defensive stack. I'm playing my Steele in the team, Harry. Nothing to play for. Brighton, Steele's last game. Okay, maybe I'll swap Steele and Bart around then. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could do that. But yeah, that's that. Challengers, pretty stacked because I don't have any Super 8 goalies right now. So they're all just flying around in some of the rare teams. But this is the main team I'm going for. I'm backing big Erdim Kampelat to fit in my old season Albert Rusnak. And then contenders, only a couple of teams going on here. 1 in season, 2 classics, or 3 classics with the limited. Back in the La Liga, 2 boys. And then under 23 limited, no Real Super teams this week, just because my Super goalies are being dinged right now. And then, J-League Special, which is probably my most, I'm probably most excited for that lineup. Rinse and repeat from the midweek. Hopefully no rotations to catch me out. And then 2 40s. I mentioned to you, obviously, I am back in Maro Jr. Big Kaminsky in goal. Suzuki captain. Brennan Johnson up there. Verdonk in defense. But it's the Maro Jr. player, hopefully, that pays off. And then 240 rare. Looks something like this. Big Ika Alvarez got 2 games this weekend. He's going to be a very busy boy.
Is that a double game week, or is it just the Villarreal A and B situation?
Yeah, just A and B. Very annoying. But 240 limited, and then that is me, Quinny. I'm obviously I'm Brazil is out this weekend, so I didn't have another Super goalie. So literally, I don't have any Super teams outside of that 240. I've played this classic one, but I don't think Cook will be playing. So just a bit of a throwaway. Just a weird week, but I'm doing what I can in places.
Some good teams there, Harry boy. Awesome.
Yeah, not bad.
15 minutes away. We're getting there. I've made some wee final adjustments with some of the news we've had today. I hope you guys have managed to do the same as well. I assume Lamptey broke his elbow on Mudrik's head. The boy does come across as a fickle, to be honest with you. But I was disappointed. I've got a team relegated out of Division 1, so I've got 2 D2 teams. So I thought I would try and get a wee bit of in-season action with my 3 in-season super rares that I know will play. And I don't think it's a great game for Qiunny or Christie, but both of them have got high AA and they've just been in decent enough form. I'm just like, hey, I'll just throw this one together and make sure or see if it hits. And then the classic team, the street team here could do okay. Braze's captain, Aliesh in midfield, Saganikov up front. Ayer playing Newcastle, I'm not hugely excited about, but he still could do well. Same with Bologna at home to Juve, who now Allegri is out. They've won the cup and all that stuff. Bologna are going for Champions League. They're at home, or they're in Champions League. So they could be good, just as long as there's no random rotation. And I've dropped out Moussa Diaby out of my attack, and I've put Becker in. He's now on to start this weekend, and that Diaby doesn't seem to be. Whoever just asked for Tielemans, he's confirmed out, along with Zaniolo, Rogers, Cash, and Ramsey. So, man, how does Diaby not start?
Surely he starts, isn't he?
I don't think you played Duran with this kind of, Cash is, that's weird. Interesting. Need to watch out for that. I've definitely deprioritised them. I don't think I'll be changing that. I've got one team going out into Challenger, Harry, which I'll maybe do last because it's like it was the last team that about. I've rejigged the under 23s around, so we've got Kang In Lee now. Pardon me, alongside Santi Take and Josko. I'm quite excited for this. All play on Sunday, actually. That's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, there's loads of Sunday this weekend, like an insane amount.
An under 23 Sunday could be cool. And then the Celtics team really starts with the All-Star again. I'm copying and pasting. It's not won me anything over the last 2 or 3 weeks, even though they've been all fit and available. But I'm going for it again. Last roll of the dice to try and win something out of All-Star with a unique McGregor and co. And then the All-Star Rare team's kind of similar, but we're getting a wee bit the Kawasaki boys back together. We're getting Mickey Yaman and Ayo back in a team together. Dusseldorf still fighting for promotion. They're at home. Ayo Tanaka's been back in town. And not wildly hopeful about the All-Star Rare, but I think it's equipped. If McGregor can get his decisive and Tanaka can do the same, then this kind of Japanese vibe All-Star team could pop off pretty well. Now, as I scroll down to here, some of you might be looking at your screen and thinking, I need to adjust the colour. I need to adjust the... Why is there a red thing there next to Quinny's 240? And guys, I'm going this week. I'm going top target on Rare 240. I've got the Wallacott on an L15 of 23. I've got a stud midfield I can put next to that. I've got Amundsen playing Chicago, who Harry's telling me can score a goal on 15%. And then Hebert on Tuesday, China action, right at the death of the game week. You know that's going to come in, don't you? So I thought, fuck it. Top target. We're definitely winning a card with this. And if we're winning a card, we're scoring 390 points or above. all the multipliers we've got on this team. Let's go for it. Let's throw it. So I thought I would hit it. 270 lineup here. We've brought Robbo in now that we think he's going to play with the Bayern midfield and Andrade on 15% in China. And then I'm keeping Tierney in 220 in case he's my 220 good luck charm. Strong enough team, I think. And tier 3's up for the top 6 again, same as midweek. If this team could just smash up there, that would do me no problem at all. I actually just want to check. Yeah, Oyarzabal is 90% on. I don't know how I feel about... Yeah, he's away. In 240, I'm going mid-target for the super rare. I think Jamesy Forrest and the Serie, Sorare have all got pretty good games for them to do their decisives and get their bit. Hamari Traore is on to start, really low cap. And then I'm going with McGinn. I know he's been on the sauce. He's been filmed everywhere in Aston Villa and Birmingham, getting on it. But I think he turns up for this game in a big way. You know, I don't think he'll, knowing that he's been videoed everywhere, I don't think he's going to let a bad performance come. So we'll go mid-target with these lads and yeah, let's see if we can smash it. And do I have a 220 rare? I do. I've put this is like throwaway pieces. Diaby, maybe we think he starts now. Ferran we know is on the bench. It's pretty much the only other player we could afford to get into this team because the 3's limited is quite expensive. So it's a wee bit limiting. And then that just leaves the Celtic lineups, which are now, I've got 4 D1 efforts, 1 in season, 3 in classic. The in-season team is copy and paste. I'm not really making any changes to that. So we hope the boys smash out as big as well. The alt squad is here. So the alternatives is double centre-back with Maeda in attack, Captain O'Reilly, Joe Hart in goals. But the first team is a copy and paste again from the midweek. It's double fullback with the Hatate forward card, supported by, again, O'Reilly captain. And then the third team, or the bottom team, that's now in Division 1, we've got leftover super rare Taylor, alongside Champion Edition Forest and Hatate in midfield, with Kyogo in attack, because maybe, like Kyogo's featuring, he's probably even scoring from the bench if he doesn't start, but just with that unknown element, try to kind of de-risk him a little bit, but we still need him in a team in case he pops off. And Maeda's cap is very good, which is why he ended up, oh no, he's not in the 240, is he? It's somebody else, it's Hebert, so Maeda ended up in All-Star, that's what it was, the other Maeda. So maybe I would swap that. But I don't think, maybe I should. Yeah, I think I will do that actually. I think I'm going to swap the Kyogo for the Maeda. I think last minute we'll just put this Kyogo into All-Star where the other Maeda is. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll swap them around because Maeda hit an 80 midweek. And yeah, Captain Taylor. I think, yeah, do that. So we've got all Dyson. So I think I've got 3 Dysons in these teams, so you better fucking do it. And then Kyogo, McGregor All-Star play. That's fun. Across rare and super rare. 15% Kyogo, 12.5%. Big percentages. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then the final team, I called it SummerSlam. It's the only contender rare team I've ever fielded. But Sean Johnson, I was de-risking him. It's not, Montreal, they probably don't score many goals, but I'm not rejigging them around at this point. But it's a bit of a weak midfield. Mikey Johnson's not got a great game, but he does have AA. And again, Sands does have AA. Maybe the game favours him to get the kind of AA he's good for, but he's not really going to break above 70. You know, that's the best you can kind of get out of a guy like that. And Thiago Martins in defence probably isn't going to do great. And then we went for captain Johnny fucking Russell just for old time's sake, because he's the only guy in this team that could probably smash an 80 if something happened, you know. And no, I don't expect any rotation. I think they'll rotate like mad on substitutions, but we've got a full week until the cup final. It's next Sunday. So, and Rogers' words are, we want a sprint over the finishing line. Yeah, begin 100 incoming. I'm starting Kyogo back, the King of Scotland. Yeah, it probably does start, but I'm just going to de-risk him a little bit because Maeda 80 is way more likely than Kyogo 80, regardless if Kyogo starts or not. And I think I'm just going to talk myself right into that one. So, genuinely, like, I think, like, both my 240s are plum, you know, so I could be getting top target rare, mid-target super rare. That would be bloody brilliant. And then the 270s and 220s are all good fun. The All-Stars, yeah, we cross our fingers for, but I'm not holding my breath. Same with under 23, quite excited for it, but not holding my breath. But 4 D1 teams in Contender, that's got to be where the party's at. I'm going to the game on Saturday with some competition winners from the Celtics are here, so that should be good crack as well. And then the champion stuff, I always like to see champion do well, but I just don't have many fixtures that I'm that excited about. And the divisions I'm in don't make me want to like push the boat out and put the best guys together for it necessarily. So, you know, in Kunku, Becker. Parejo, I think, is a good shout this weekend, by the way. If Madrid do play the B team, Parejo at home, should be on for 28A, just getting his one decisive, and he's cooking. And I'm taking the punt with Angelino. What do you think about this, Angelino? I was going to play him here, so I had no Robbo, but Angelino's on to play. He's really good for a lot of AA. He's not really been getting decisives yet, but so don't really know. What do you think, Angelino over Robbo or vice versa? Robbo was questionable.
I'd prefer questionable Robbo personally.
Yeah, I kind of like Robbo better as well, looking at it. Let's get Robbo into here. It's a wee bit more FC Barcelona as well. Robbo and Oblak. And Kunku captain, Danny P, big Sherry Becker in attack. Yeah, let's do that. And then, does that open something up in the cap modes? Because Angelino's actually quite cheap. How many minutes we got? We've got plenty. Angelino, I'm not putting him in over Amundsen. I think he's more expensive than Traore. So yeah, I'll probably just put him in here with Limer and co. I don't think there's any other defender I'd fancy over him. Pacheco, I'm going to take Angelino. And we'll leave Captain Goretzka there. Yeah, I like that. Nice last minute rejig. I'm a fan of that. This 220 is kind of annoying me, but because I do think it's just Diaby's so expensive at 49. So I just think the fifth man is letting the team down. And if I could get, I just think he's going to start now. And I think he's a wee bit, it's that 36 points remaining, 35, affordable only rares. Yeah, it's just nobody here. It really excites me. I don't think we're getting any starters here out like Abada, Castellanos. All these other guys just aren't going to play. And I know Ferran won't play, but from the bench, he could just, what Ferran's like, he could just squeeze one in. So I don't think there's any other kind of changes I could make to this to make it work. What do we think about the Diaby guys? Robbo 75%. Robbo should play, was in training. Oh, good. Bronholm should start. Oh, okay. Let's do that then. Like a wee wonder kids. Let's get wee Bron. Oh, we've got Almondra talking about wonder kids. We need to get him a team. But let's try the wee Bronholm then. You reckon he's going to play? They are away to Tromso. That could be good. Robbo loves a goal these days. Last game of the season. Yeah, I can dig that. All right, let's go Bronholm. I've went with Captain Parks. I might go Captain Diaby because I do think he's... no, let's just stick with Parks just to be safe. It's a 220. Who gives a fuck, really? But just trying to make sure I'm maximising my guys. That's what I'm after. And then I think we're putting Almondra into training now all of a sudden. Memphis Depay made the Euro squad in other news. Just seen his wee face there. Thought I would share that. And yeah, I don't think there's anyone in training that I would be desperate to squeeze into a team that I've not got yet. Works from the bench. Yeah, I don't think we can. He's too expensive. So yeah, big weekend, guys. We're 5 minutes away to the deadline. Harry Boy, I think, is just tidying up some bits and bobs himself, maybe.
Yeah, just got a few bits to. Just did my training, to be fair. Training lineups are in.
Get your Walcott suit. I want to have a wee look at the. How do you say the Norwegian league again? Is it Eliteserien? I want to have a wee peek at that, see where Tromso are. I know Tromso are definitely not one of the teams you fear in the division, but they're dead bottom. Yeah, sign me up for that. 15 goals conceded in 7 games, Harry. 7 goals scored, 6 losses.
Oh, wait, I just caught. Ooh.
Caught some news?
Yeah, caught a big one.
Good one or bad one?
As in, like, I need to change something.
Yeah, for better.
I'm playing him, so yeah, it's not good.
That's so someone's out rather than someone's came in.
Big David Bates, one of your Scots.
Yeah, he's a blue boy, not one of mine.
Killing me. He sustained muscle damage. It remains to be seen how his body recovers. Great. Okay.
I can see back-to-back 80s, mate. I can. Because Dyson as well, by the way, to just put this out there, Dyson is way more 90-minute likely than Kyogo in any case, or even Forrest for that matter. So I love a 90-minute guy. It just gives me more chances to say, come on, you're still in the game. Go and get that last wee bit we need, So yeah, 3 Dyson rares and a super rare going this week. It's all about the Maedas for me. Certainly. So we're all crossing our fingers for that one, as well as the Wallacotts, of course. And I want to get this one going. Get the Wallacotts out. Big Master Bates, that's him.
Master Bates. What else can we do to swap that around?
3 minutes to the deadline, guys.
Yeah, that screws me over a little bit, to be honest. Okay.
George Campbell. Yeah. No Bernadeschi still for Toronto?
He's 65, so yeah, I think he does play, to be fair. To be fair, I guess we could just move Aaron Herrera up, actually. Let me do that.
Yeah, that's a good move. 3 minutes, Harry boy. You've got time.
Yeah, loads of time. Gaten Kukrozun training, apparently, but there was another sort of problem or something. But I've seen him on Instagram. He's in the gym. I've seen him in the gym. So
love it.
He's doing his bit.
I need to get on Instagram a bit more for that kind of intel. I don't use Instagram anywhere near enough as I should on a lot of levels. But I'm buzzing, man. I'm hyped. Big trophy day tonight. I have 4 or 5 cards, fuck ton of boxes, bunch of promotions.
Yeah, you got a big one tonight. You have really big.
Yeah, it's buzzing for it, man. And then hopefully we just fucking roll right into the weekend and smash some more out. I'll be live tonight, guys, like bang on 7. Normally I try and do the reward stream at like 7:05, but I'm on the town tonight anyway, getting ready for the tomorrow. So I'll be coming in here swiftly to get it done live and loud. So if you get to join me live, brilliant. But hit notifications and all that good stuff. I've not programmed the stream up yet, but I will shortly. And what about you, Harry boy? You just got some money to collect tonight. Nothing too fancy.
Just a bit of cash. So yeah, no boxes at all, actually, to be fair. So quite one for me tonight. No reward openings, but yeah, hopefully have some luck over the weekend. But yeah, I'm excited. Should be good.
Yeah. Any other games you're looking forward to seeing or doing much at the weekend or whatever?
No, not up to too much. But yeah, definitely the New York derby. Definitely be watching that one.
Yeah.
Close on that. But yeah, lots of my games, to be fair, lots of MLS Saturdays, but lots of European Sunday games from what I'm seeing here. So that should be fun. I'm not going to be watching too much football, but I'll keep my eye on things. I'll definitely keep an eye.
Laird the hero. We've got to get to 100 likes before we finish, guys. Come on. And the Hudson River Derby is normally a really good one to watch, no matter what time zone you're in, because it's East Coast America. It's normally, kind of easier to catch that one on the TV if you're in the UK or Europe. So, if you don't watch too much MLS, it's definitely a good game to maybe tap yourself into. And that's maybe a great point we can finish the show off on, Harry. It's something I'm going to try and do more and more of, but I love the Rivals revamp, like how it works and the divisions and all that kind of stuff. So, especially if you're a Sorare player, watching an extra couple of games and maybe tapping into that, I know it's limited for the most part, but for me, it's really the mystery jerseys. I want a box that pops out with a wee signed shirt or something. I know there's not many signed ones. I think that's only the tippy tops, or maybe it's none of them. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but that's the kind of stuff I'm after. So if you are doing a wee bit more of that, then that's a game to get involved in. Lots of options, lots of different players, and everything else in between, I think. And in terms of Madrid, any late news? We're at deadline now, so I'm terribly sorry that we're getting to here, but Ancelotti basically said everything about it. So if you've seen those quotes, then you've got it. If not, then you've not. But I get a great quote from someone when we did the midweek. I did a wee midweek deadline show solo, and what was it? It was DD that said it. It was fucking brilliant. It was, "May all your players be decisive and your DNPs be in training." Which is a lovely one. Or in other words, good luck and go fuck. Harry boy, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Good luck to this game week to you, mate.
Yeah, all the best, mate. Have a wicked time at the game, and hopefully some big rewards for you tonight. All the best, lads.
Good luck, everyone. See you tonight.